Hey gang, so these are kind of the new sexiness in fire poi right now. This is Technora. It's a type of rope that is evidently heat resistant, not fireproof. There's a big difference there. And it's interesting because this is one of those things that, like, I didn't know what it was until I started seeing a lot of posts on it on Poi Chat and on Poi Hardware on Facebook. But I've been seeing more and more sets of poi popping up that use these, and I was actually a huge skeptic of them until Courtney Bird let me borrow a pair that she had that used Technora leashes at Master Wrong's Flow Retreats this past weekend in Los Angeles. And I loved them so much, actually, that the next day I found out one of the vendors there had them. This would be Crispy Clowns from Oregon, and went ahead and got a pair myself. Now, here's the major selling point on these. You get the majority of a tether out of this material, and it's really soft. It feels just like normal rope when you've got it wrapped around your hand, which, as those of us who have wrestled with chain can often attest, that is a less than desirable solution to this particular problem. In this case, I also had the Crispy Clowns people go ahead and integrate a swivel into the handle and use my beloved glow-in-the-dark Lanternsmith palm grips for the handles. They use the kind of silicone handles that come from Play Juggling that you'll find on the handles of, like, Chris Kelly or Marvin Ong's poi. Now, this particular pair, it's got this silicone sheath, and what that's really covering is there's still a length of chain that's here between the head and the poi. And that is there mainly because, like I said, this type of rope is heat resistant. It is not flame resistant. So you still need a little bit of chain there. Now, the good part about this is that the consistency of the tether is way more, well, consistent. And this is really important when you're doing things like tosses. Like, I really love when performing tosses with these that the tether stays more straight in midair. My traditional setup of using chains connected via coil cord to the handle, there's always just a little bit of floppage at that point where you're at the swivel, right? But these don't have that at all, which is quite lovely. The silicone is really just an aesthetic thing to try and cover up the joint between the Technora and and the chain, which you know, it's one of those things that I've seen other approaches to doing this, and I kind of have mixed feelings about the silicone sleeve right here, mainly because when performing orbitals like that, it tends to catch on that silicone sleeve and make it a little bit more difficult to exit because there's just a hair bit more, I guess, friction on the line as you're doing that. Also, it tends to be that it's really difficult to catch an orbital at any point other than the beginning of the sleeve, right? So, I don't know. I haven't decided on this. I may just cut these sleeves off and go with it all natural. Or I've seen some other people that build these in such a way that there is a sleeve, but it isn't as abrupt a shift in the line as this silicone sleeve is. So, right now, the people that I know that are doing these are the Crispy Clowns people from Oregon, Chad's company Dark Monk up in the Boston area, and then Brian Perez too apparently is making these. He's the guy who made the set for Courtney. How do they feel? They feel really rad. I'm not gonna lie. I was like so impressed using these after just one spin that I was willing to set down the money for a pair. So I would actually heartily recommend those of you who are interested, give them a spin and see what you think. They're becoming common enough now that I think you're pretty likely to find people at fire festivals who will have a pair that you might be able to borrow. And yeah, they're so comfortable. They're so nice to spin with. After getting these, I found myself spinning with my fire poi for an hour, which it's been so long since I was actually inspired to play with my fire poi. It's not even funny. So yeah, I'm gonna give Technora big thumbs up from the Drex camp, and see if you can find a setup that specifically works for you. So yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and have yourselves a great week. I'll see you next one. Peace.
Hi, thanks so much for watching this video. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel here on YouTube. Doing so will help other people find my content, and it lets me know that I'm creating videos that are worth seeing. Also, check out my website at drexfactor.com. There, you can purchase sets of poi like the ones I use in my videos, and get access to a great range of written inspirational content. Plus which you can subscribe to my videos there in the form of a podcast. Finally, if you go to flowtoys.com, You can enter in my special promo code and get a small discount on your order. Doing these things helps support me in my flow journey, and it means that I can make more videos for you guys. So, thank you in advance for your support.